It's 1 a.m. and we're at the airport in Beijing. And quite honestly, we were very terrified. We were afraid that we would be denied the entry for the 24-hour visa-free entrance because of how we looked, and mostly because there was a lot of tension going between Canada and China, or so I perceived. And there's so many things that could have went wrong, so many things. But thankfully, we went in. And I guess part of that fear stems from the fact that you just can't be a dumb tourist in China, especially in Beijing. That's what I feel. Of all the places, that's most likely one of the places you shouldn't be ignorant, but yet we were. Who knows? You know, the people here travel so light. So light. We look like we're moving. Right? So we just arrived in Beijing airport. I don't think it's called that. Beijing International something. This version of me is tired, scared, and a complete basket case. And we checked in our bags. It's like one something. She's not going to explain anything about the visa. So looks like I'll have to do the explaining. Hello, it's me. Can you tell? The older, more wiser. So one of the things I neglect to mention is about the visa. How are we able to get in? Because typically when you're going to China, you need to have a visa. You gotta pay for that, I think, and come ahead of time. I don't know, I never looked up that route. I just knew that I couldn't go in without a visa. But then I found this caveat, which was the transit visa. Free for 24 hours, 72 and 144-hour visas in China. And the way it works is that if you are coming from place A and you're going to place B, but China happens to be the in-between stop that you're heading to. So before you head off to B, you stop by China and then you go to B. That is what would be considered a transit. So with that, you can enter into China legally and free. And I don't think you need a hotel. I think you do after 3 days. Anything I'm saying here, you would still have to look it up, please. I don't trust me, basically, because I don't. So you can look it up as well. So in my case, it was coming from Hong Kong, Beijing, Abu Dhabi, and then back home, Toronto. So terrified of China. I didn't know anything, especially like I don't know much about the culture and what I can or can't do, how I should not offend people. I like Japan, for example. If you make a mistake, it's like more likely to be forgiven. But in China, I've been reading all these things and it kind of really scared me. And I already stand out, but if I stood out for the wrong reasons, that's kind of scary for me. I was just trying to have a last second vacation. I know I've seen videos where people were stared at, but I thought that was because they were somewhere very, very, very rural or maybe away from the bigger cities. But this is Beijing, so I thought that it wouldn't be as big of a deal. The staring thing is so real here. Like, it's not even a little bit, it's just more than I expected. Like, one guy would stand right beside us while we're trying to check in our baggage, and like right behind is just gawking. I mean, not gawking, it's a rude way of saying it, but it's just so weird. No, I didn't think it would be that blatant, but it is. But the people don't really hide it. And there's a time where I was praying. Go to Terminal 3 after.
3 for what?
There's a prayer room in Terminal 3. Yeah, and somebody apparently took a picture of that. I don't know. I hope I look like I was doing some sort of like yoga or something. Because after I came home, somebody told me you're not allowed to pray in public, and I was actually very scared. I was like, what? Why didn't anyone tell me this? Because to me, it's like, I don't mean to bother anybody. I'm just trying to keep my prayers going. That's all. It's not about you. It's about me and God. So, yeah, I'm so scared. I don't even know if that's true. Because I want to go back to China. That's the funny thing. I really want to. It was so beautiful. But I was just like scared I think before I go next time, I'll probably do more research about do's and don'ts. Beijing. Finally, they came for us and told us to wait here while they brought the rest of the group. First stop, Forbidden City. So she's telling us it's forbidden because in the past only the emperor and select people can get inside. Like the doors are different. Past the first gate.
One for the emperor, small one for the empress. Emperor keep balance. Even at that time, they live separately. But he has so many concubines, right? The concubines, they live in the east and the west, annex smaller buildings, smaller houses.
So she's telling us that it's good luck to touch the knob of the gates. Whoa. 7, 8, 9. Odd number. Good, lucky numbers.
Okay, gate of super palming, and then 3 palaces, right? First one, super palming, and then
So cold. I have to hold it like this, the camera like this, because it's so cold and I left my gloves. Here we go. Here. Beijing. Never in my life did I think I would ever visit Beijing. Funny how life works. And here we are, not regretting it, even in the cold. Wow.
right from the Cantonese tower is. I will show you the house.
If you noticed, everybody's just going in one direction, and that's because we were told to only go forward, never going back. So although it is sad that I have to go back to Toronto, but I will not go back to the old life. I will not let myself go through that all again, now that I can see what I really want. Like, here's the question for you. What do you think this is for?
In case of fire.
Water.
You know why? Because all of the buildings here, wooden structure, but no river, no lake here.
Huh? Oh, really? Yep. I'm freezing.
But today, no couple. That is why. Many couples, they like here. They take picture over here. This is garden in the ancient time. So many concubines, right? They choose the concubines at this place.
I wanted to take my time to stay there longer, but the group just had to keep going. And it worked out for me anyways because I don't show it on camera, but I'm actually panicking. My feet feel frozen. I can't feel them at all. And it's scaring me. So I'm really glad that we're actually getting in a van right now because it's warm in there.
We like it because it's pretty. This is one reason, right? The other one reason, this one can take good luck with you, for you, and also good for health. Why in the ancient?
So far, you've heard about the transit visa, but you haven't heard much about the tour. And that's what I want to get into in the next video because I feel like this video is getting way too long. The airport, it was like 1 a.m. and so we went to filling out those forms and everything that you do in the airport and took a fingerprint, a thumbprint before we left. They asked us where we're gonna stay. We just put the airport in there and we're like, please just let it work, because we're like, what's the point of booking a hotel when you're just there for a very few hours? It's like maybe we can sleep there for a few hours in the night, because it was like 1 to 5. The tour company would take us at 5 o'clock and return us back at whatever time, I think 8 or 9, whatever it was. Technically we were there for like around 25 hours, but we were granted the 24-hour visa. It's probably because we could not have stayed more than 24 hours anyways. We'd have to return to the airport. So why are we doing this tour? Well, mostly because I felt uncomfortable being on my own. With a guide, at least I can just follow their lead, and there's less chances of messing up. Maybe they can warn you, hey, you're not supposed to do this or that, and that's what I was hoping for. But more importantly, we were so tired. I didn't want to look up places to go. I didn't want to figure out transit systems, even though that's so fun to do. I didn't want to deal with language barriers, even though that's also fun. I wish, like, I kind of want to be in a position where I cannot understand the language, because it would force me to learn it faster. Part of the reason why I never learned Cantonese is because everybody is speaking English to me and I'm trying so hard. Homesick Guangdonghua, don't do so bad. But just to recap on the transit visa, there's this question. What if you were coming from, let's say, Canada, and then you're going to China, and then you're going to go back to Canada because it's like an A, China, B. But no, Canada, it's actually an A, China, and then A. You're not doing a B. It has to be somewhere different. You cannot be going back to the same place. It wouldn't work for that.